Have a chit chat with the chamber. Tell us all about your business. What's your future plans? Tune in when you can. Thank you to our 2024 corporate sponsors, Cunis Auto Group, Lake Lawn Resort, Millennium, Prodigy Power, City of Delavan, Delavan Health Services, Steinbrink's Piggly Wiggly, Geneva 10, Simon's Realty Group, APG, Continental Plastic, Mercy Health, and a special shout out to Stream Dudes for recording our podcasts. Hello, welcome to Have a Little Chit Chat with the Chamber. We are super excited to be with Kate, who is the general manager at Boxton Burlap. Mm-hmm. What a treasure of a location is that? Holy cow, when I came back to Delavan, I was blown away.
Yeah. We all were.
Holy cow. Let me just say, I grew up in Delavan, born and raised, and I remember when it was Schultz Brothers, Five and Dime, and we would go in there and, you know, you're little, right?
Yep.
And it just seems so massive, and then you'd go down those big stairs.
Because the toys are down there, I heard.
Candy.
Aww.
It was a huge counter, and it was full of all of the candy that you could take, penny candy and all this cool stuff. And when that closed down, it was just... It felt like the heart of Delavan went bye-bye. And you have revitalized that, John and Lindsay, and yourself.
John and Lindsay have, yeah.
So usually I do announcements right away, but I have been bursting at the seams about your location since I've been back, all your teamwork and all of that. So I just couldn't contain myself for that. So now, with that little tease in mind, that's who we're talking with today, folks. But I have a couple things, housekeeping, that we need to do first. So again, I want to thank everybody who donated items and came out to the annual auction and awards event. It was spectacular. It was such a blessing to have the outreach that we had from businesses all over the place. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. From the Chamber Board, Monica and I, just thank you so very much for all that the community did for us, individuals and businesses. So thank you, thank you. I also want to talk about two new things on the Chamber website, two new features that we have. We have a community career board page now. So if you have a job posting that you are looking for help, you can post your job. If you're a member, it's $25. It's discounted. If you're a non-member, we have now opened that up, and it's $50 to post a job listing. It's up for 28 days. I post it then on Facebook to share that. So it's really a great way for folks to know if there's jobs available. It's a great way for businesses to post their listings. So that is new. And then we also have a brand new for 2024 hot deals. And this is a member-to-member opportunity where if you are a business and you would like to do a special discount or a special offer to other chamber members, you can go on to our website, log in, use your username and password. Don't freak out if you don't have one. You can sign up. It'll prompt you to put in a new username and password if you hadn't already done that. And then you can put up a special hot deal that other members can take advantage of. So please look into that. And then also, I wanted to just remind you that with that annual auction that we had, there was one item that we did not auction off live because it was so incredible. And we felt like it would shout out and work well to the masses versus the people that were in the room. And that is our featured auction item, which is the small business website package that it was donated by APG. And basically, it is 2 years of hosting, maintenance and updates. It's a logo redesign. It's a style guide. It's full ownership of the website once they create it for you. And it's a $5,000 value. And I'm sure most of the businesses that are listening know that hosting in itself is like $55 a month, which brings you up to like $1,400 for 2 years. So it's really quite a deal. So you can go on to the 32 auctions, go under the Delavan Chamber, and you can bid on that. And that is good till February 29th, the bidding is open. So wanted to talk about that. And again, all of that money comes back to your chamber as a donation. So we appreciate that very much. believe it or not, the market is right around the corner, and we are looking for band sponsorships. So we have 15 weeks worth of the market on Thursdays. It is, I keep saying it, it's the best day for me at the chamber. I absolutely love the market. It's wonderful. It's from 3 to 7. The bands come out 5 to 7, and we are looking for sponsors for those bands. You will get a lot of social media love if you are a sponsor. There'll be signage down there that you are a sponsor, opportunities to have a booth down there, all kinds of stuff. So if you are interested in helping the market out and becoming a band sponsor, please get a hold of me. I'd love to chit chat with you about that. And then just, again, before we know it, the car show will be here. It's different than the years past. We're going to make it a whole weekend, Rev Up weekend, where we're going to start with a street dance on Friday night. We're going to have a parade and rally on Saturday that ends with an amazing Supertramp tribute band at the Phoenix Park Band Shell with our friends at the Phoenix Park Band Shell. And then Sunday is the 19th annual Cars Time Forgot car show at the Lake Lawn Airport. So we will be looking for volunteers. We will be looking for businesses to come alongside us and have booths at the event. And it's going to be a phenomenal weekend. So wanted to keep throwing that out there. And you all have seen this awesome guide that we do. This is for folks that come into our area, but it also serves as a chamber guide for our local businesses, as well as a guide for when people visit us. I take this guide everywhere I go. I take a stack of them with me to basically advertise all of you guys. So we are getting ready to do our new guide for 2024. Nye Turner, we've been having meetings with them, and you will be seeing this information pop up in your emails. Cindy Smith will be contacting you for advertising space in that book. Let me tell you, it's at the market every single Thursday. It is at all the business locations that participate in the book. It is at every event that I attend. I will tell you that every other month I am taking boxes of books to our area hotels who hand them out in their guest services area, and they're constantly needing more. So this is well worth it to get your business out there to advertise to folks not only that live in this community when they're in waiting rooms and out and about, but for folks that are coming into the area. I take lots of phone calls every day at the chamber, people either wanting to relocate or want to know what's going on in the area. We send them that book, and it's also online. So all right. Sorry about that, Kate. Lots of stuff to talk about. So now everybody is tuned in to hear about you and Boxed Burlap and all the amazing things about your company. So tell us about yourself. I know you're the general manager at the Delavan location.
Yep. At both locations.
At both locations, all right.
Yep. So
Learned something already.
Yeah, I beep up around between the two. But John and Lindsay are incredible owners, and they just had a heart for the city of Delavan, and were undeterred in that. And so I came to Boxed Burlap a few years ago. Previous to this, I was working at a church up the street from our original location.
Okay.
In the guest services realm. And so years ago, I worked at Starbucks. So I've always loved the customer service aspect. I love leadership and management and kind of taking a team and corralling them and giving a shared vision and a shared direction. And so downtown has been a lot of fun to kind of play in the waters of that again. And yeah. That's a little bit about myself. I'm a mom. I've got 4 kids. And so we just love the area where we live. I love the area where I get to work. And yeah, Walworth County is great.
So when did you become part of the Boxed Burlap team?
Almost 3 years ago.
Okay.
Yep.
And so you started at the other location first?
Yep.
Okay. Very nice. And how long has downtown Delavan's location been open?
We opened mid-March, just for Saturdays only. And we did that for about 4 weeks.
Okay.
Just Saturdays only. And then we did mornings only. And then by Memorial Day weekend, we were open 7 days a week with all the extended hours and whatnot. So yeah, it was very fast and furious. It felt like it.
But you did it in steps, which is very smart.
We tried.
Very smart. So I can imagine one location is is a lot.
Yeah.
So adding 2 locations, how do you staff that? I know there's differences between the 2 locations.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So how does that work staffing, and what are the differences between the 2?
Yeah, we had to double our staff size, even a little bit more. You know, at our other location, it's so small that even after the busy summer season, we can go down to just a smaller, tinier crew. We don't have all the late summer hours and the weddings. And so the size of staff has grown significantly because of the downtown location, which is great. But it also has its own, like, more people to train, more... when you have a little team communication, where in the past it would go around to 9 people, now it goes around to 20-some people, and you hope everyone read it, and, and so just those little dynamics and different quirks. But it's been a great challenge and a great season. We're in the slower season right now, although sometimes downtown it still doesn't feel like it. Certain days it doesn't feel like we're in the slow season, which we're thankful for.
Right.
But this does allow us to kind of rehire some more people, train really well, and get our feet under us ahead of what we're anticipating to be a really busier summer season down here. So, yeah.
Well, when I walk downtown, when I drive downtown, there's always people there.
Yeah.
And it just seems like, seriously, it feels like the heart of downtown. It just feels like it's a comfortable, cozy place to gather.
Yeah.
You always see clumps of people, whether it's ladies getting together, whether it's young people getting together. A lot of people go there to work.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you see that a lot of folks, I mean, I when I walk in, I see people plugged in, they're working. It's a large enough space, but you can feel like you can get some stuff done. Do you see that the majority is a workforce or school?
I think it's pretty evenly split, but I do see a good amount of people working their headphones on or AirPods in and just, nose to the grindstone and getting stuff done. And you're right, it does feel like even with every spot you're in, it kind of still feels like you have your privacy, which is great.
Yeah.
But then I see a lot of groups, there's a knitting group that meets.
Oh,
I don't know
cool.
the consistency. I feel like I see them sometimes twice a week, but they're there and they're knitting by the fireplace, which is really great. And some book clubs that come in. I know the library group meets occasionally. I forget the, routine of how often they're there, but it's just fun to see all these little different groups. And between the 2 locations, the downtown square footage is much bigger.
Yes.
So in these cooler months where the weather's unpredictable, I wouldn't say winter anymore because it feels like spring is here now, but what was the winter months, you're more guaranteed a spot downtown because of how expansive it is.
Right.
And so I think even still that pulls a lot of people to come downtown because the weather's iffy and they want to know that they'll be able to sit down.
Sure.
Whereas in winters past, when we were just the one location, the coffee house would be full and there would be people that come in hoping to find a spot and they couldn't find one. So now I think a lot of people just choose to go downtown because they feel like they'd more guaranteed a spot versus the gamble of maybe going to the house store.
Sure.
Which is interesting. So just different dynamics and seeing why people choose one shop over the other.
So what makes your staff so special?
I just adore who we have on staff. I would say we have a really eclectic group of people. We have such a wide age range. We have women in their 60s. We have 15-year-old, 16-year-old high schoolers. We have moms. I'm in my late 30s. We've got gals who are, leaving certain professions and just looking for like a place to land for a few years while they get their feet under them. And then we even have college kids that were here for high school and then went off to college but come back every college break and over the summer. And so I think that adds to the benefit when people come. They can see themselves in who's working behind the counter, or they at least see that like we have such a wide variety of people working that they feel like any variety of people could come in and sit down and enjoy a cup of coffee there too. And I think it's just as fun. I love when we get the high schoolers in because it's really sweet to rub shoulders with that younger generation.
Yeah.
I love when their parents come in because to me as a mom, it's valuable I would love it when my kids are in the workforce to know that they're in a workplace that is encouraging, that's kind, that they're going to walk away with some good work ethic skills. And so I do feel proud that we've built that as a staff team so that when the moms of high schoolers, the parents of high schoolers come in, and we can tell them how much we love their daughter working with us.
Yes.
And they know it's true, and they feel like their kids are in a safe space too. Because I remember being a teenager and working at some places, and it was what it was. But now I look back, I'm like, thank goodness. I feel like I had like some hedge of protection over me because it just was, some things were just odd dynamics that you don't know as a kid.
Yes.
But for us, our staff team, it's a very healthy environment, and I'm thankful for that. And so I do love the wide range of ages that we get. I think that lends itself to good life experience, and I'm just proud of the team that we've built. And we continue to get some amazing applicants in. So I've got 4 interviews later today lined up, and so we'll see where they go. But I do love, there's just an excitement that people have when they want to come work with us, which I'm very proud about.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
So obviously you can get coffee. I'm a teaaholic, so I'm always getting tea.
Okay.
So what other things, for those folks that maybe don't know what else you offer, tell us what else you offer besides your teas and your coffees.
Yep. At our downtown Delavan location, we have our breakfast sandwiches. We've got a nice avocado toast that's on our breakfast menu or lunch menu. We have a beautiful pastry selection. That comes, babka bread that comes straight from New York. We've got
that is amazing to die for.
It is
dangerous,
and people can buy it by the loaf. I know everyone says I don't need to know that. That's what everyone says. So I don't want to know that, but they could even buy it by the loaf and take it home with them.
Oh boy!
But then we also have a fantastic lunch menu with salads and sandwiches, and we've got a bar. So just amazing things that happen.
Well, I need to thank you. I've already thanked you, but thank you again publicly for hosting one of our monthly meetings.
Yeah.
That was a showstopper.
Aww.
I was so excited, and I know it took us a while to figure out a date and a month because things are crazy, right? But we had our monthly members meeting downstairs in what you call the boardroom. And let me just tell you, for businesses that are looking for a place to hold a meeting, please check out the downtown area, but the downstairs area of the downtown location, because there's a couple different locations that you can host a meeting. Would you mind telling us about that?
Yeah, we have the boardroom down there. We also have, we call it the study hall, and that's just the lower level with a lot of seating, comfortable seating right in front of the fireplace. We do have 2 private rooms that are soundproofed for those quieter, more intimate meetings that you need to have, or work meetings and stuff, and those are all located in our lower level.
And what would you say is the capacity to hold something down there? What's your range from small to large, and how do you go about knowing if that's available, or how do you set something like that up?
Yeah, people can reach out to events@boxedandburlap.com, and a wonderful gal named Kathy does all the scheduling like that. She's happy to give tours, and we do ask for tours because, or to schedule a tour instead of just hopping in and wanting to walk down, because she's great on capacity. She's great on pricing. She can answer all those questions. Whereas on any given day, the barista up at the counter wouldn't necessarily know all that information.
Sure.
But events@boxedandburlap.com is for Kathy, and then she can give all that information in terms of the lower level. But it is a great place for groups around 50, 30 to 50 is great for meetings and whatnot, or even less. It just kind of depends on how big a space you want to sit in.
Yes.
If you have less people, but yeah.
So tell us about when you walk in and you can sit to the left, you can sit to the right, and then there's a glassed in area over there. Tell us about the art area over there.
Yeah, that's the art studio. We have a handful of classes. Lindsay is, the one that spearheads that, and it's just been a labor of love for her. She's a fantastic art teacher, and so to get to kind of share that in the community is great. People who sign up, I believe, really can walk away with a learned skill. We get asked that question a lot. Do you guys do those kind of sip and wine nights? And I wouldn't say that we do those, only because so much of that is look at the similar picture and then recreate it. And there's nothing wrong with that. Those are fun to do. But the heart behind the art studio really is that people can gain more artistic knowledge and walk away with a newer skill and some of that muscle memory that you would want to have if you're learning art, or if you were in an art class and stuff. And so you can be a beginner or intermediate or, a skilled artist to take classes, but it's really fun to get to see those. And so we have quite a few. This past summer we had a lot. And so then February, we just had a good, this past month, a good slew of classes that were signed up and people did them. And so I just got a phone call from a gal after she had a Sunday night class, and she called and was like, it was so wonderful. I loved it. She got to get a drink with her and then enjoy, her art class. And so, that's all the art studio, and all information for that can be found at boxedandburlap.com. Okay. And there's always more classes that are being offered, and, probably a lot more this coming summer too than we even had last summer. But it's really fun. And I think it contributes a lot to the city in that art artistic element and pulls people that have that artistic bent and that vein in them and want to make beautiful things.
Right, right. So tell us about the nightlife that can be found at Boxton Burlap.
Yeah. Well, in the lower level, we have a speakeasy, bar 119. Yeah. Yeah.
Tell us about that, because it was kind of a hidden secret a little bit, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So are you free to just tell us all about that?
Well, I'll share what I say to any customer.
All right, let me have it.
Their best bet would be to order a melted snowman upstairs.
Okay.
Yep. And then they would connect with the barista up there. They'd order their melted snowman and pay $5 for that. And then they're given their cup. And their cup has a little sticker on it with some more information. And then I would suggest they take that cup downstairs and kind of check out the phone booth. And then
I've seen the phone booth.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. You can fit more than yourself in there. Yeah. You could have a party in the phone booth. Sorry. Keep going.
You could. And so I think once they head to the phone booth, they would get everything figured out that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So snowman, you have to order a melted snowman.
Yep.
Melted snowman, everybody.
Yeah. So if you're looking on our website and you head to the bar page, which you can, it gives you information on member access or non-member access.
Okay.
Non-member access brings you to our drink menu, and then you can scroll all the way down and you can see when the melted snowmans are available.
Okay.
And then you would just follow those steps.
Sounds good. Yeah. Well, there you go, everybody. You got the inside scoop right from Kate. So we can wrap up with maybe some cool things or plans that maybe you'd like to share with us about 2024. Is there anything on the horizon besides the melted snowman?
As far as I'm concerned, I think 2024, we're continuing to hire and interview and just get staffed up and get ready. What I do love about the owners is we do a few things here and there. Like yesterday, we sold bouquets for Valentine's Day.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, people could pre-order some of them too. So we had a flower bar where people could come in right there and get the bouquet. But then they also could order a drink and a little individual bouquet the week before and then head there ready to pick it up or text their loved one to say, hey, there's a treat for you at Boxton Burlap. Why don't you go pick it up?
Super cool.
Yeah, and so we do a few of those things. But really what I love about John and Lindsay is they try hard to kind of just maintain that like simple aspect of things, which as a manager makes it great for me because scheduling is easier. I try and keep up with the chamber and all the events that we have on our main street because that's such a bump in business for us, which we love. But from where I sit, the biggest thing that we're looking forward to in 2024 is just another rockin' summer.
Yeah.
So we'll put the patio furnitures out again soon.
Yes, that's wonderful.
Sooner rather than later, it seems like, if the weather continues to stay the way it is. But we're excited to have the summer weather come back and just that outside life. The market on Thursday nights was really great. And that was always so fun to have people coming in and then walking over there and just seeing the life about the city happen right in front of our windows. So yeah, so that's what we're looking forward. That's what I'm looking forward to, and a great staff team to make it all happen. So yeah.
Well, is there anything that we can do for you or do a shout out besides staff members that you need? Is there anything else?
I can't.
Since you got the mic.
I know. I do love a good microphone. No, I can't think of anything. The city of Delavan has been fantastic. Everyone's excited to be here. I have felt really welcomed as a manager here, and all our staff has too. And I'm sure John and Lindsay would say the exact same. And so it just has been a great first year.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we are glad that you're our partner, glad that you're a member, glad that you're right down the street.
Yeah.
We appreciate you coming in and having a chit chat with the chamber. If you would like to have a little chit chat with the chamber, all it takes is an email, a phone call, and then figuring out a schedule of when we can come down to Stream Dudes, which gives us this amazing podcast studio and records and produces it for us. So thank you so much to Stream Dudes. I do want to mention our corporate sponsors for 2024. We are very grateful for them. We have Cunis Auto Group, Lake Lawn Resort, Millennium, Prodigy Power, the City of Delavan, Delavan Health Services, Steinbrink's Piggly Wiggly, Simon's Realty Group, Geneva 10, APG, Continental Plastic, and Mercy Health. We couldn't do the things that the Chamber office does without our wonderful corporate sponsors and our Chamber sponsors. And so we appreciate you all very much. So thank you for tuning in. And you never know, we might have another chit chat next week. So please stay tuned and listen in, and we appreciate you. Thank you.